The Mongkong crown is rolled out of prayer scrolls and blessed by monks. It's passed from boxer to boxer and reminds them that they aren't just fighting for themselves, but for their families, their trainers, and their camps. Every bout begins with a ritual called the Y Crew, when boxers pay homage to their parents and their trainers. The Y Crew fuses with the Ram Mui, or fight dance. This elaborate dance honors the spirit of the ring, who protects and watches over the fighters. The Y Crew varies from camp to camp, and some fighters even improvise. Some gamblers claim they can predict the winner based on which fighter does a better dance. Sam isn't Buddhist, but he wants to perform the Y Crew just to show his respect for Apide and his family. On the big night, Sam will be doing the same Y Crew that Apide did when he was young.
Okay, see when he turns, that's it, that's the opponent's corner, doesn't he look at it?
Outside Thailand, fighters often abandon the pre-fight rituals. Many international fighters have either dropped the Y Crew or been booed out of the ring.
The audience didn't really like that because they thought it was a girl thing, sissy. So, oh, why is the tough guy doing the dancing?
My parents, happy day. Okay. Okay.
When the dance ends, the fight begins. The boxers unleash the 8 weapons of Muay Thai. 2 fists, 2 elbows, 2 knees, and 2 feet. 8 weapons that together create a walking arsenal.
And it used to be the headbutt as well. You can't do that anymore. It's too bad.
The more powerful the blows, the more points they earn from the judges. Kicks net more points than punches. And unless there's a knockout, most fights are determined by the talent.
It's like a chess game, how to set up your opponent so that you can attack at the right moment. It takes more than just hard work, training, this and that. It takes a lot of up here and what's in here in the heart.
I mean, it's sort of the ultimate individual contest. It's you and it's him. And that's it, basically. I mean, that's all he's got. Not a lot of interference from anyone else. It's just the 2 of you, and he's the better man.
And it's all packed into 5 ferocious rounds.
I can handle 12 rounds in international boxing. It was easy for me. But in Thai boxing, by the 3rd round, I'm huffing and puffing.
Even in his time off, Dong Prai can't stop thinking about his next fight.
My upcoming fight is with a really good fighter from another town. This fight is really important for me because it will test how good I am. If I can beat him, that means I'll be better than he is. My parents always tell me, don't be afraid. Your opponent isn't better than you. You'll be better.
Boon Term doesn't know much about her opponent, but she does know that she could be in for some serious pain. Even with the ban on elbowing, women's Muay Thai can deliver rib-cracking blows. And as if the sport wasn't tough enough, breaking an age-old barrier is even harder.
People aren't so much negative as because they just think it's hysterically funny. You know, they just look at you and they say, you're a fighter? No, because they have this idea that women fighters are, you know, this great big clutch and they've got like shaved head and big muscles and hairy armpits.
Now, instead of thinking that women are all lovely, men are more aware. They tease me and say, please don't beat me up. Our friends tease my husband. Hey, watch out for your wife. She's a boxer. Don't drop your guard. Don't glance at other women. Sure, they tease us sometimes.
Thai women have taken steps towards equality over the years, but it's still remarkable for a middle-class housewife like Boon Term to take up such a rough-and-tumble sport. Boon Term lives at the gym, but with her first fight less than a week away, she takes a detour back home.
I have 2 responsibilities that I have to divide my time between: taking care of my sons and boxing.
Boon Term's husband is a professional musician, and while he tolerates her dream, he doesn't share it.
I feel a little uneasy about it. That's why I don't want to see her fight. It's not a normal occupation for most people. Boxing's an occupation in which you get hurt, and at the same time you hurt others, and over time, it damages your brain.
Boon Term's husband doesn't want her or their sons to box, but she's sure that her father would have felt differently. He always wanted one of his sons to be a boxer, but no one could have guessed that his daughter would be the one to fulfill that dream. After years of being told that she can't do it, Boon Term truly has something to prove on fight night.
Once you become a boxer, you wish for a championship belt. If I won a belt, it would bring prestige to my family. If my father were alive, he would be proud of me.
There's no outlet for her talent in the village, so she's taken the extraordinary step of leaving her family for months at a time and living 2 hours south, in Bangkok. Inside Bangkok's steamy maze of traffic is the legendary Lumpini Stadium. Named after the Buddha's birthplace in Nepal, Lumpini is the Caesar's Palace of Muay Thai. The ultimate battleground where up-and-coming fighters duel with the best boxers the sport has to offer.
So you're seeing the best fighters, which makes it exciting, and also the crowd is very knowledgeable and also very interested, all gambling and yelling at each other, and you see the trainers, and they're screaming and they're so into it. I mean, the trainers are almost throwing themselves onto the ring to try to tell the fighter what to do, and everybody in the crowd knows what the fighter should do, so they're all yelling at the fighter, come on, come on, come on. And I've seen some epic battles. I mean, I've seen fights where you couldn't believe these guys are still going towards the end.
The wealthiest fans sit ringside, close enough to feel the spatter of sweat. But the hardcore gamblers line the upper balcony, where the betting reaches a feverish pitch. It's as wild as the floor of a stock exchange, but the real action is in the ring, where two fighters clash on Muay Thai's most hallowed grounds.
Lots of famous boxers have had matches at Lumpini. I'd love to fight there.
But before Gong Prai can even think about Lumpini, he has got to win his upcoming fight. With his pivotal fight just 3 days away, Gong Prai is pushing himself harder than ever. The fact that he trains at home instead of an established camp will make this next match all the more difficult, especially since his opponent is far more experienced than he is. Gong Prai's father boxed too when he was a boy. He has several wives, which isn't uncommon in Thailand. And one of his daughters by another wife is already a champion. With the big fight on the horizon, he's been spending as much time as he can coaching Gong Prai. Intense training at a top-notch camp would polish his raw talent. Then Gong Prai would have to live far away from the people he's fighting for. It's a sacrifice Boon Term has already had to make. Boon Term thrives off the intensity of Chitty Gym. Still, her sons never stray far from her mind.
I wonder how my sons are doing at school. Who's taking care of them, feeding them, bathing them? Normally I would do all that. I thought they would be all right without me for a while.
The last 2 months have been grueling. But finally, after waiting her whole life outside the ropes, Boon Term is about to find out if she has what it takes inside the ring.
I think about the fight and I can't sleep. I keep thinking about how to defeat my opponent. Every day, I pray to my father and ask for his blessing and say, Father, please help me win this fight.
Backstage, the smell of liniment oil mingles with sweat. Boontam's trainers lather her body with oil so the blows will slide off. And even Chitty will be by her side all night,